Hey guys, Alexander here. In today's video I'm talking about classic books. I've been wanting to get into the classics for a while, and something that's held me back is actually the time that it takes to invest in reading classic books. And what I found is that usually they're longer form books. Usually like 500 pages is a normal number of pages for a classic, and some of the wording and things like that is going back 100 years for some of these books, and you have to really get into it, be able to understand what you're reading and to kind of comprehend and enjoy that book. So some of the classics that I've wanted to get into are available actually on an app called Serial Reader. Serial Reader is a free app that you can get for iOS, and it allows you to download your classic books onto your iOS device, be it an iPhone or an iPad, but in a subscription model. Now it's free, there's no cost to actually do this, but what happens is that it breaks the classic book into chunks, so you don't have to read the whole book from cover to cover. You'll get them in little chunks every day, so you'll get a part of the book, and you go and it tells you how many months or how many weeks it might take for you to read that book in the little chunks. And that's something that makes it useful for me, because every day I can look forward to reading a part of this book and not feel that I'm committing to having to sit there for a couple days and read this book all in one shot or whatever it might be. I can consume it in chunks, which is a really productive way of getting into the classics without having to commit much time each day for these books. So I subscribe to a couple books, and I'm going to show you guys the app and how it works. So let's get into it.
Okay, so when you install the app on iOS, this is the main screen of what you're going to see when you log into the app. So basically you're going to get the most popular books at the top, which you can scroll through and see what other people are reading. Or if you prefer to go by genre, you can go down and see what's available in the different categories here. So I chose science fiction, and I was familiar with some of the books, but there were a couple that I hadn't come across before. So I found this one book that I don't think I've ever heard of. It's called The Last Man, and I decided that I wanted to subscribe to this one. So there's 72 issues, meaning that it's going to take 72 days basically to read this book if I read one issue a day. So I can skip ahead and read 2 issues in a day if I prefer. It does allow you to do that, but if you just want to continuously read one chapter a day until you finish, or one issue a day until you finish the book, that's perfectly fine to do, and that's what it was the aim of this app to let you do. So after you start reading the book, you also get statistics and badges, and it gamifies the reading experience by giving you some encouragement that you've reached a certain milestone in the book, and I think that's pretty cool. I also subscribe to this one called The Moon Pool. I've never heard of this one. So between these 2 books, there's more than enough for me to read for the next little while. And as you can see, there's statistics there. There is the issue that I'm currently going to be on, which is volume 1 of this particular book. And this is how I got started with the Serial Reader app. And I found that it was very easy and a beautiful interface to work with to get my books.
So as you guys can see, this is a really simple way of consuming classic content. And there's so many titles that, some titles that I hadn't even been aware of, that, and I now have access through this app, and I'm going to enjoy reading some of these classic books in this short form factor instead of having the actual physical book or having to find the full ebook on my ebook reader. So if you guys like classic books or want to get into classic books, Serial Reader is a really simple program to get into. It's an app that is simple to bring up on your phone at any time, consume that one little chunk of the book, and then you have something to look forward to the next day. And you don't have to feel that you're compelled to read these books, these long form books or classic books in hours at a time. Or, you know, sometimes with an average book, I'll spend about an hour reading. And I find that these little chunks really help me consume this content without being committed to the content, basically, if that makes sense. So Serial Reader is a great app for you guys to download. It's free. And if you do like it, support the content creator. You can donate through the iOS platform, through the store. So that's a good way for them to keep adding new features to the platform. So if you guys haven't already subscribed to the channel, I hope you can hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video goes up. And if you hit the like button, that helps us get found in the YouTube algorithm. So until we upload the next video, have a great day, guys, and we'll see you soon.